guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to talk about my testimony. In my previous videos I was talking about the importance of sharing testimonies, so I'm willing to share my testimony. Growing up in a house where people are going to church, by then I was just a follower, whereby my mom or my grandmother would take me along to church. Either if it's a prayer meeting or a home cell or a normal church on a Sunday. And as I was growing, coming to high school as a teenager, I started seeing different things. I started seeing life on a different side. I started meeting different people, whereby your friends would take you out to this party this weekend, this party this weekend, and exam is popping in and you don't know which one to do, which time. And so I had less time to go to church. I stopped going to church. Even on a normal Sunday, I never went. And here's life will catch you. After I completed my grade 12, I was looking for a job, and at least I found a job as a cashier. And while working there was this lady, a Christian, that also used to share to me the gospel. She always used to say the importance of giving your life to Christ, the love that she felt with Jesus. And so, but at that time it really didn't touch me, but although I listened to what she was saying. And while I'm working there, at the end of the year, something pop up in my mind, asking me questions like, is this where you want to be? Is this what you want to do? And then I answered myself, I can't do this. I don't want to be here. I have to go further. I have to go study. And I told my mom, I told my dad. They said it's fine. And I applied to a university and they accepted me. And I went to start. That was the following year. I went to start, and as I was going to school, I applied for a loan, and I didn't go through for the loan. So I had to drop out, guys, because my parents couldn't afford to pay for the studies, and I couldn't afford as well. So I dropped out. But one thing about me is I don't give up. After that, I applied to another institution. At least there, the government was offering scholarships and loans. And so they accepted me. I went for a test and the interview. After the final selection, I didn't go through. This was the second application that was unsuccessful. For the third time, I applied again to another institution, and they called me for a test, and I went and write the test but didn't go through. That was the darkest moment of my life. It was like I was walking through the waters. But I knew that God is with me. God was with me at that moment. I was really hopeless. Questions were coming into my mind like, why did I leave my previous job? I should have just continued. I should have just left this thing of studying or whatsoever. And these people, different people giving me advice, Ivalda, you can do it. Move forward. And this saying, you shouldn't have left your job. And now you don't know who is talking the truth, who you should listen to, who you should believe. And there was a day where my aunt invited me to a church event. And at that moment, the pastor was preaching about hope. And he was preaching, saying that the only hope one should left is the hope in Christ. And at that moment, I was really hopeless. Imagine a young lady without work. You're not studying. You're not having a small business whereby maybe you can bring in an income. And you're just there doing nothing. So the pastor was preaching about hope, and that sermon really touched me because I felt at that moment that God is busy talking to me through the pastor. And at the end of the sermon, the pastor called people to the front that wants to give their lives to Christ. And so I went to the front. I told God that I want to give my life to Him, that I'm going to give my life to Him, and I asked forgiveness to God, and I was forgiven, and He accepted me the way I am. And following days after I gave my life to Christ, of course it wasn't really easy. I started losing friends because my life changed. It was no more the same. I turned my life against my past, and so I was walking this journey with God. And until now I'm not working, but I'm doing things that that keeps me busy. I'm working for God, and I am volunteering as well to gain skills and experience, and I'm also doing certain trainings that will benefit me in return. And if there's anybody that is sitting there that is really hopeless, try it out with God. Do it out with God. Give the battle to God, and He will fight for you. And this journey is not a journey that you can You can do things out of your own understanding or from your own will. Give it to God. Do it on God's will. Everything that you want to do, tell God that what you want to do, and He will be there approving you and waiting you ahead of your plan. So thank you guys. Ciao.